Hello YouTube, the Gun Nut here. Today I'm doing a video on the Zhukov S stock that I just picked up, Magpul Zhukov. And what I'm going to do is just a brief overview of the installation, and then also I'll share some initial impressions after I get it on. Probably won't actually have impressions from shooting it yet, but just to give you a quick overview of how it feels, how it folds, and those type of things. So the first thing you got to do to install it is you have to have the AK-47 field stripped. And you can see that I've already done that. The next step is you have to take off the existing stock, obviously. So I'm not going to show you guys how to remove screws. I know you know how to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, you can see that I got the existing stock off. I took off this Phoenix Technology stock, which came with the gun. I think I'm going to miss this rubber butt pad. I mean, this thing was sweet, cushy. But the Magpul one's much harder. We'll just see how it goes. It was in there pretty tight, so I did it off camera, but you know, after you take those two screws out, just pull off the stock. We'll set that aside, and we'll move on to the first step of the Zhukov install. In the instructions it says to attach the wedge block as shown, ensuring the hex nut is fully seated in bore. So to attach the wedge block, the first thing you need to do is open it up so you can get to this inside area of the stock. The screw goes through here, and then the wedge block, I believe, goes on that way, so I can fit the hex nut in there. And we're going to get that hex nut started. I'll have to go ahead and use the wrench to get it on there. Well, it seems to be seated. Okay, the next step is we have to have the stock in the folded position, and then we're going to go ahead and slide it into the receiver, aligning it with the trunnion tang, so make sure that it fits into the receiver properly and that we have good hole alignment. Looks like it's lining up. Then you're going to go ahead and, in step 4, place the brass washer under the screw, head conical side down, and insert the button screw through the receiver trunnion. Initially hand tighten to prevent cross threading. Okay, for the last part of step 4, it says to tighten this button screw to 30 to 40 inch-pounds. So I don't have my torque wrench for inch-pounds handy. It's not even here right now, so we're just going to do it by hand. We'll call that good. We'll check it later. Then we're going to move on to step 5. So you're supposed to place this weld nut here under the polymer hinge block, and then there's a groove to keep it from misaligning. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I know what they're talking about on the underside. You can see there's a groove. I don't know if you can see that or not. A groove right here. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there, align that, and then we're going to go ahead and screw that down. Alright guys, I got this weld nut in here. I have to admit this was the most challenging part. I did it off camera. I had to stick it between my legs, use the pliers, and hold this thing in place because the groove that is supposed to keep it from rotating when you tighten is not deep enough to actually stop it from rotating. At least that's the case on my stock. So just heads up on that. Again, it's putting this weld nut in the back and putting that screw in. So again, you're supposed to tighten that up to 30 to 40 inch-pounds. And again, I don't have the torque wrench handy, but I got that sucker pretty tight. And then finally, last step, we tighten that wedge block screw. So from the end here, if you guys can see it, we go ahead and tighten this up. Now we're supposed to also tighten that up 30 to 40 inch-pounds. Alright, I got that wedge block screw tightened up in the back end there. Now we're going to go ahead and see if the stock locks in place, and it does. Good deal. So we got that Zhukov stock on there. I'm going to go ahead and check it out and show you it with the gun back assembled. Alright guys, as you can see I have the Zhukov stock now assembled to my AK-47. I have it adjusted out for a longer length of pull right now. It seems fairly, it's sturdy to the trunnion for sure. We got no movement there. If I try really hard I can feel it move just a little bit, this extension to the main part here. One thing I am having a problem with, and maybe it's just because I'm a weak bastard, I'm not sure what, but or I got something not quite put in. But getting the stock to fold to the side, well, that time it went easy, so maybe it's just a matter of breaking it in. But as you can see, the stock folds fully to the side, and I know you can't charge it in this orientation, but if it was charged and you fold it again, oh, it's a little tighter that time. Fold it, you can, I don't know if you guys can see that, you can reach the trigger, you can pull the trigger, so you can shoot it in this orientation with the stock folded. So you can see it there with the stock folded. I'm going to go ahead and put my red dot on now and see how I like the stock fit with the red dot. Give that a try. And I had some videos that I used for the installation. I watched Such's video and also a video from Brownells. The Brownells one was nice and short, and Such's was a little bit longer. He was doing the handguard and stuff, but either way, they were helpful. The instructions are fairly good from Magpul. Again, the only thing I had a problem with was that weld nut install. And I can't speak to the durability. We've already seen the video of Mac's, on Mac Military Arms channel over there, and how he caused one to fail. So maybe it's not a go-to-war stock, but whatever, it is what it is, and I'm trying it out. Well, I went ahead and tried it with the red dot on there, and it's working out fine. Actually, I think it raises my cheek up the cheek weld a little higher, but I may need to add a cheek riser on the stock as well. I might need to add one of those when I get my Burris scope in that I'm going to put on here for just some accuracy testing. Hope you enjoyed this video, YouTube. If you did, please like, subscribe, and you guys be safe out there.